So we have an email today, and I'm going to go ahead and start reading it. It says, "Dear the realest bees," that's us. "I've been keeping up with your show, and I always love your different topics. I would like to suggest you girls talk about liars on your next show. The reason being is because recently my best friend's boyfriend has been lying to her, and I have the proof. One night he told her he was at the gym, but I saw him at the movies with another girl. This is not the first time this happened. Now I'm stuck in between and I don't know what to do. Please give me some ideas. Love, torn in between." So how do we feel about this topic today, Jessie B?
Okay, well, I can give my honest opinion because we are honest. Girlfriend, you're saying that you have the proof and that this has been going on for a while now, that this has happened on more than one occasion. When you say proof, I'm assuming you have videos, pictures, emails, something of that nature. Why you haven't showed it to your best friend yet is beyond me. You're confused about the situation you're in. Well, there isn't really too much to be confused about, because if she's your best friend, and we don't take that word very lightly, you should have showed her from the very beginning, and now she kind of is probably going to have a little bit of an attitude with you when you do bring the evidence to her. At this point, you're a liar too.
And deceiver. And heartbreaker.
He's a cheater.
He is a cheater. Now, she's right. You should have showed the evidence as soon as you had it, because if that's your BFF, honey, you need to let her know ASAP. So that is pretty unacceptable in a friendship. We can go ahead and maybe try to reason with you by personal experiences. We all dealt with liars. We all lie occasionally, I'm sure. Now, some of us like to lie about being home. Some of us like to say that we are out of town when we are really sitting at home doing absolutely nothing with our lives.
Right.
Now, some of us do that. I know someone who personally did that to me. They were out of town, but they were at home. So, what I did with that was, I was more embarrassed for the person. I was a little bit embarrassed. I couldn't really react because I was just disgusted. I mean, huh? So, with that, you just chalk it up as a loss and you move on, especially if you don't really care about that person, or if obviously they don't really care about you.
Well, my situation is somewhat similar to that. I was the one who was at home and he was the one who was out of town. Lying about his whereabouts, who he was with, things of that nature. Unfortunately, he thought he was being sneaky, but the place where he was, they were sending back the information to me, sent phone numbers, all these things, and I couldn't believe my ears, I couldn't believe my eyes, because they were text messages and phone calls and things like that. So, again, I did chuck it up as a loss. I let that go. However, I'm not the type to let things go without letting it kind of be known that I know.
Right.
So, he's not very happy at this point in his life, but you can see that I'm absolutely great. So, the liars usually are the ones who end up suffering more.
Right. I mean, what you do in the dark will come out in the light. We will find
absolutely.
you. We will find you.
So you can run and tell that.
Homeboy. So,
well, we can talk about what we think of liars.
Okay, liars in general. God, that's pretty hard, because
it's easy for me.
most liars feel that, do they not know that they're lying, or do they think that they can just get away with it? I mean, if I look you in the eyes and say, "Hey, you're lying," how come they still say, "No, I'm not"?
But then there's habituary liars, pathological liars, white liars. There are black liars out there too. There's so many different topics and so many categories of liars out there that, I mean, some people don't know where to weigh and kind of know when it's okay to lie, when it's okay not to lie. Like lying about your whereabouts when you're home, when you're saying you're somewhere else. Why don't you just say that you're home? Are you being lazy? You want people to think you're working, but you're really at home probably playing poker online? I don't know. What are you doing?
Do you have company? Do you have company?
Oh, or that.
Is there a guest? Is there a bedroom intruder? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, if there is, you can just keep it real and say that's what it is and just keep on with your life. But some of us, lie.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk about what we've lied about. Like, let's just be honest.
Okay.
What have I lied about?
I can say what I've lied about. In a situation, again, I was with an individual who absolutely did not ever want me to really do what I wanted to do. Didn't really want me to hang out with my friends and things like that. So one day I actually met up with Sonora and lied about where I was. I said that I was at Borders when in reality I was in Fontana picking up some books and hanging out with Sonora and having a great time, and it was probably the best lie that I ever told. And in the end, Sonora ended up covering up that lie for me because I had to call her and tell her about the lie that I lied about.
Right.
And when he tried to call and talk to her, she did cover up that lie.
That's my lie.
Let me tell you.
She lied and I lied for her.
Wait a minute, you've told your lies on your own though.
I know, yeah, sorry.
But it had to be done because he would lie so much. Lie, and I was always telling the truth. I thought, well, geez, is it easier just to lie and get away with things? I prefer to tell the truth, but some liars prefer to be lied to.
Well, for me, I'm not a very good liar. So when I do lie, I always get caught up. Always. It never fails.
She always confesses.
I have a bad conscience, so I either end up confessing or I get in trouble. I mean, it just never happens. I can't cover up things. I mean, I lied when I was in high school about my whereabouts. I was actually kind of drug into that, but I didn't stop it. And I was supposed to be at the movies, and I ended up in a parked car in the park.
You ended up in the parked car where?
In park.
Oh.
And my dad found me.
Oh.
He found me, and I was in trouble for 2 years. For 2 years.
That's a
of
long
my life.
punishment.
Woo! Those punishments never let up.
That's an expensive
I was
lesson
the
learned.
only. Oh, it was. I was the only 18-year-old, 19-year-old being on punishment. So that's my story, and I lied and I
19
got in
years old
trouble.
in high school.
Okay,
19 years old in high school.
I'm saying, you know, I was the only 18 or 19-year-old person that could still be on punishment.
Okay.
Thank you.
While she was on punishment, I was scraping up money to pay rent.
Right. And so was I. So was I. Okay, so I hope that we solved your problem. We'll be glad to take any more emails. We love the emails and all the interesting stories. It's not only for females. There's lots of men's stories that we would love to get to, and they'll be on our next show.
And guys, go ahead and email us about this topic today. Do you think that girlfriend should have stayed out of it and let you creep and go on about your business with that other girl that you were messing around with? Or do you think that she's within her rights to go and tell her best friend? Because dudes, guys, you know how you are. If you have a very close best friend and you see a girl out there creeping, you know the first thing you're going to do is, let me tell you.
I saw it the
I seen Ronquita up there with her. All that they was over there watching the movie at the Dollar Theater.
That whole goal already. Yes.
So, okay. Let's go ahead and tell them our email so that they can email us anytime. It is therealestbees@yahoo.com. That is TherealestBees@yahoo.com. Okay, so send us videos, photos, topics.
If you want anybody on blast, we got you.
If you're afraid, girl, what's her name? Torn in Between. Go ahead and let us tell her. Tell us her Facebook. Tell us whatever it is that you need us to. We can call her and let her know for you. Okay.
Okay. So we're wrapping it up.
Yeah, we're gonna close it up with one more song. Okay, you guys. Here it is. What the hell is going on?
What you mean, what's going on?
Challenge telling me that you're sleeping with another woman.
Just because she sees me with her doesn't mean I'm sleeping with her.
Well, if you're not sleeping with her, what the hell you doing with her?
Damn, I could be just talking to her.
Or you could be just creeping with her. Now, son, man to man, we both know the game.
Yeah, but
Wait a minute. And you know all about heartache and pain. This is my goddaughter, and I'm just trying to protect her heart.